This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good morning. It's Thursday, June 18th, 2026. From the Business Times news desk, here are your headlines. What you need to know. President Trump signs the U.S. Iran MOU at the Palace of Versailles. The Strait of Hormuz reopens instantly. Sanctions lifted. The war is over. The Federal Reserve holds rates under new chair Kevin Warsh. But nearly half of policymakers expect a hike by year-end. The G7 calls for an immediate Lebanon ceasefire and pledges to diversify away from the Strait of Hormuz. In world news, this is a historic morning. President Trump signed the U.S. Iran memorandum of understanding at the Palace of Versailles in France last night, during dinner with French President Emmanuel Macron at the G7 summit. Leaving the palace, Mr. Trump told reporters, "It's signed in Versailles, just signed it." The 14-point MOU formally ends the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran that began on February 28th, with both presidents, Mr. Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, signing the document. Key terms of the deal: Iran will instantly reopen the Strait of Hormuz to free commercial passage for 60 days. The U.S. will immediately terminate all sanctions and unfreeze Iranian assets. And the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports ends immediately. Both sides commit to further talks toward a final deal within 60 days, extendable by mutual consent. Iran has agreed it shall not develop nuclear weapons. Mr. Trump warned that if Iran fails to honor its commitments, the U.S. will, in his words, bomb the hell out of them. G7 leaders at Evian-le-Bains backed the deal, called it a historic opportunity, and demanded an immediate ceasefire in Lebanon. They also pledged to diversify energy supply routes to reduce dependence on the Strait of Hormuz. Overnight in Washington, Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Warsh held rates steady at 3.5 to 3.75% in his first policy meeting, launching a sweeping review of how the central bank communicates and makes decisions. 9 of 19 policymakers now expect at least one rate hike by the end of 2026. Mr. Warsh stripped the policy statement of all forward guidance, marking a clear break from his predecessor. In Singapore, HDB launched 6,952 build-to-order flats yesterday across 7 projects in Ang Mo Kio, Bishan, Bukit Merah, Woodlands, and Sembawang, including around 2,000 units in Sembawang North, with waiting times of under 3 years. 2 prime projects are included: Berlayar Rise in Bukit Merah and Lakeview Cascadia in Bishan, with subsidy clawbacks of 14% and 10% respectively. The Category A certificate of entitlement fell 1.7% on Tuesday to $123,847, overtaking the Category B premium of $123,502 for the third time in 4 months. In the region, Singapore's Minister for Digital Development, Josephine Teo, said at the Asia Economic Summit in Jakarta yesterday that helping small and medium businesses across Southeast Asia adopt AI will be a major priority for Singapore when it assumes the ASEAN chairmanship in 2027. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and Russian President Vladimir Putin discussed using the ringgit and ruble in bilateral trade as Malaysia seeks to strengthen economic ties with Moscow. In companies and markets, oil fell in early trade this morning as the signing of the MOU raised expectations that Middle East supply will gradually normalize. Brent crude fell 1.1% to $78.66 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate fell to $75.81. The U.S. dollar held near a 2-month high as markets priced in a higher probability of Fed rate hikes this year. And stocks we are watching include Centurion and Far East Group. For updates throughout your day, visit bt.sgi. And don't forget to check in with our wrap podcast, Market Focus Daily, at 6 this evening for the day's market movements.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.